We need to follow these rules. The equation in y equals mx equals b format if it's not already in that format. We're going to plot the y-intercept. After that, we're going to use our slope to create more points, and then we're going to connect all of the points with a line. So, off to the side, if you would like to write what is your slope, what is your y-intercept, so it helps you can do that. So for number 1, what is our y-intercept?
3.
3. So we're going to plot a point at 3. If it helps you, or if you want to outline your x and y axes so that you see them more clearly and don't mistake them, you can do that. And then our slope is what?
-1/1.
-1/1. And if it's a negative, what directions could I go to get a negative?
Left.
Down and
Left.
Right.
so down and right, or up and to the right. So we're going to do both. It does not matter which one you do first. So from the y-intercept, I'm going to go up 1 to the left. I put right though. There we go. Up 1 to the left 1 as many times as possible and fill up your graph. And then go back to the y-intercept and go down 1 to the right 1 as many times as possible and fill up your graph. Then once you have all of your points, you're going to connect all the dots with a line, and make sure you have arrows at the end because lines go on forever and ever in both directions. Questions on that? Number 2, what is our y-intercept?
-4.
-4, so plot a point at -4. Slope is what?
3/1.
3/1. So it's positive. What directions could we go to get a positive slope?
Right and up.
Up and right. Or down and left. But in this case, can I go down and left?
No.
No, I don't have any graph space. So we're just going to go up and right. So up 3 to the right 1 as many times as possible. Fill up your graph. For the next one, y-intercept is 2. Put a point at 2, except I'm still on arrows. And our slope is already a fraction, so we don't need to put it over 1. It's positive, so same directions as last time. For the 2/5, we can go up 2 and to the right 5, or down 2 and to the left 5. So up to right 5, down to left 5. That wasn't 2 though. There we go. We're going to do one more and then go over any you guys want to see in this section and then move on. Y-intercept for number 4?
1.
1. Positive 1, so put a point there. So you can go down 3 and
Up 4. No.
down and what? Not left, but right. Or opposite, up 3 and left 4. Right 4. I said that backwards. Up and left, down and right. There we go. I said that backwards. I'm super close to this, so all the grid lines look like they're meshing. And then make your line. 9 that we want to see, do, go over, have questions about?
Number 9.
Okay. With number 9, what's your y-intercept? 0. There's nothing there, but you have to know that it's 0. You put a point at the origin, 0, 0, and then your slope is positive, so just like before, 4 over 1, you can go up and to the right, down and to the left. So up 4 to the right 1, down 4 to the left 1. Any others in that section, 5 through 8? Alright, so now we're going to look at number 10. So 10 and 11, some of them won't be in slope-intercept form, so we have to think about what we were doing the other day when we were converting. How would we get this back into y equals mx plus b? What's that first step?
Wait, what did you say?
How would we get this back into y equals mx plus b? What would be our first step?
I'll make x 0.
So we're not solving for intercepts here.
We're
trying to get it back into, we're converting, we're rearranging.
You do minus x to both sides?
We have 2y equals negative x plus 4. Remember, I'm rearranging so that it looks more like mx plus b. And then divide everything by 2. So what would that new equation be? Negative
X over 2 plus 2.
Okay. Or you can leave it as y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2, either or. So now that we have that part, then we can graph it. So y-intercept is 2. Slope is negative 1/2. So what directions can I go to get a negative? Both. Down and right, up and left. So up 1, left 2 as many times as possible, fill up your graph. Down 1, right 2 as many times as possible, fill up your graph. So you're left. Let's try another, and then I'll have you try. We'll go over any you guys want to do. I'll have you guys try a couple, and then we'll move on. First step in number 11.
Minus 3x to both sides.
Try 3x. Try 3x to both sides. We have negative 2y equals negative 3x minus 6. And then
Divided by negative 2.
divide everything by negative 2. Be careful, your signs are going to change. Go ahead. Would it be negative? Positive 3 over 2x plus 3. So there's a dot here, ignore that one. The y-intercept at positive 3, slope is positive. What directions should we go to get a positive slope?
Up and right.
And right, and down and left. Okay, so in this case, I can't really go up, so I'm just going to go down. I could if I wanted to extend the graph, but I don't really want to do that. Any questions on how we graph when it's not in slope-intercept form? Once you have those graphed and written down, go on to the next page and look and see if you have any problem questions you want to go over. Do see, before I let you try some, numbers 12 through 21. I want you to try numbers 20 and 21. I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Raise your hand when you finish that. I'll come check it, and then we'll come back and move on to the next thing. I'm going to put these two up. If you didn't get to finish these, that's okay. Just double check yours with mine. Alright, questions on those two? We're going to do one last thing today, go on to the next page. And I want you to write your point books at the top. I'll write up the definitions once more, just in case you've forgotten. You can write out the definitions if you so choose. So, we've talked about, we've used Koi books a bunch of different times. With slope, looking at just the slopes. When we were looking at intercepts, how that affects the intercepts. With graphing, this is going to help you. Really, we don't need the slope part. We just need to focus on the horizontal and the y equals, the vertical and the x equals part of this. So if we have a y equals, that can be horizontal or vertical. Horizontal. So because it's going to be horizontal on the y-axis, where this is -5. The graph is kind of hard to read, so do the best to your ability. Put a point at -5. Draw a horizontal line through that point. Draw arrows at the end.
Why are we writing H?
Horizontal.
Oh.
You don't have to write the H, I was just saying. So then for 8, is this going to be horizontal or vertical? Vertical. So on the x-axis, find when x is -1, put a point there, draw a vertical up and down line through that. Draw arrows at the end. do 9 and 10 really quickly. If yours look like those two, good job. If you flip them, fix them. Okay. Then this is to kind of go back to slope, but also be thinking about the graphs. What is the slope of y equals 5?
0.
0, because it's a y equals, so in your equation that would be m equals 0. What is the slope of x equals -2? Undefined, because it's an x equals. This is a trick question. What is the slope of x equals 0?
0.
No, undefined. Because it's still an x equals. They put the 0 up there to trick you. It's a trick question. Alright, then let's graph these two, and this will be the last thing we do today. So on the left, I'm going to draw y equals 3. And on the right, I'm going to draw y equals 3x. So draw those two. What is something these either have in common or something, some difference you see?
They both are y equals.
So they both start off y equals, okay.
They both are 3.
They both have 3, okay. Similarities. Other similarities or differences? Do they look the same?
No.
Okay. How do they look different?
One is straight and one is like,
Diagonal.
yeah.
Okay. So one is straight across, horizontal, straight across. One is diagonally slanted.
So one have more dots than the other.
Technically, they have the same amount of dots. Because I can put dots at all of these points. I could also put dots in between there for the decimals. So they really have the same amount. For every input, it has an output. What other differences?
Wait, that's a undefined slope?
This is a 0 slope.
Yeah, and that one is like a positive.
Yes, it has a slope of 3. It has a other numerical slope short. What about intercepts? Do they both have an x and a y intercept? No. This one has which one? Y. This one has both. Sam, did you hear what I just said? You shouldn't be talking while I'm talking. So this one has a y intercept. This one has both. Any other similarities or differences? So when you are graphing, be keeping all of those similarities and differences in mind. If you get a y equals 3 or an x equals a number, it's going to be different than a y equals something with an x. Alright? If you want to keep practicing, you're more than welcome to. If you want to work on this math, you're also more than welcome to. I'm going to pass out short passes so we can pick a name for today. You're also more than welcome to keep practicing in your notes, but if